Okay, today we're doing chimichangas. As you can see, I've got all the ingredients laid out here for you. And if I've forgotten something, well, you'll see that added in the video as we go along. What I'm using for the meat is marinated chuck roll. Okay, I got this here from El Mexicana Market, and I got some chorizo. Okay, right here the chorizo cost me about $4. And let's see, it's about a little over a pound. And the chuck roll is 2 pounds, and that cost me about $8. Now I'll be able to make some smoking large chimichangas out of this stuff. So we've got cilantro, onions. You can see I've got the peppers. I won't be using all of that just for color purposes, so you'll see it pop when I cut that sucker open. I've got some toppings, the sour cream and the green enchilada sauce. I'll probably throw some lettuce in there and whatnot too. But anyway, as far as the meat goes, we'll just be going the steak, the chorizo, and then these ingredients here with the herbs. So what we've got here is some Goya all-purpose seasoning, which is pretty much garlic salt. I use raw garlic as well, just some chopped garlic. I've got cumin, and I've got chili powder. Okay, now these are huge chimichangas that I'm making, and it takes a ginormous tortilla like this to roll them up, just like you see in the restaurants when you get that huge burrito or the huge chimichanga when you get served at the restaurant. This is what they use, and it's a really fresh tortilla. It's very thin, very doughy, almost like it's not cooked, but it has been. But I'm telling you, the performance on the chimichanga that way is fantastic. And then of course right here we'll be frying it as soon as we get it all put together. So heat on this, just in case I miss it later, 375 on your temperature. Okay, now let's go to the stove. Okay, now here we are at the stove. As you can see, I've prepared a bunch of stuff here as far as the green wise. I chopped up the orange bell pepper and threw in a jalapeno and some scallions. Here I've got the cilantro, got the lime ready to go, and of course the beef chuck all chopped up and ready to go here too. Now the pan's already hot. I got it on medium. We're going to do a little bit of this oil. I like to use peanut, and we're going to take this chuck and we're going to throw it right on in there and get it going. We're going to cook this by itself here for a little bit, and then we'll add the chorizo. Now as you can see, the chorizo back here is all coiled up. I want to take that out of the coil there and just add the meat only. So I'll be separating that in between videos here, and I'll cook this until it's brown. Okay, now as you can see, we got a nice brown color. You can see it got a little bit of roll in the moisture in here, but I'm going to leave that. I don't want to strain it because it'll reduce, it'll cook out. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take a teaspoon of chopped garlic. I'll put that in there. I'm going to go ahead and use the Goya all-purpose seasoning and just do a good shake here. This is going to take the place of actual salt. And then here's the chorizo. Now I'm not using that whole coil. This is about a pound. Okay, it's a pound to 2 pounds of beef. And all you got to do is just chop this up in here real good. And then once you do that and spread it around, you can season it with the cumin, the chili powder, and we'll start throwing in the veggies, because we want to keep the veggies and their nutrients. We don't want to cook it all out. That's why we didn't throw it in yet. We're going to wait till all this is cooked out, and then we'll add all that as well. Okay, now at this point you can see I've got it all incorporated. It's perfect. You want to give it a taste right now and see if you need to add any more of this all-purpose seasoning here, this garlic salt. And then you can throw in a shake of your chili powder here, and it really is only about a teaspoon's worth, if that. The cumin, same thing. Throw in your cumin however your taste buds feel they need it. I do about a teaspoon's worth of this for this much meat, for 2 pounds of it, and with the, of course with the chorizo, it adds another pound, so 3 pounds of meat in this skillet. So a teaspoon of that cumin really isn't that much, especially since I get it up here from the El Mexicana Market, and it seems to be a little bit less flavored when I get it in bulk like that, because I get a big pound bag of it for $5 versus when you buy this, just like at Walmart or something. I just refill this, This is like $3.50, so it's a killer deal, but I find that I have to use a little bit more. So now that we're stirring this in, we are going to add the veggies. Okay, right here. I told you I've got the bell pepper, the jalapeno, and the scallions. And the cilantro we'll do here in a second, okay? I want that last because I don't want that to be just this mushed, killed weed in there. So we'll get this churning in there. And then guess what else? That's right, a lime. So let's squeeze the heck out of this lime. We'll get that in there real nice and good. Stir that up some more. And at this point I'm going to go ahead and kill the heat and add the cilantro. And give it another good stir. Okay, now as you can see, it's good to go. It's settled down, it's not as hot as it was. It's ready to just start loading, okay? Now let's go talk about that. Okay, now we're down to rolling it. We're going to stuff it and roll it. But I want to talk about these tortillas. It really is important that you understand. You can see the size of this tortilla and the size of my hand. They're ginormous. They're very thin, okay? And I can only find these where I'm at anyway. I'm up in the mountain region, so it's hard to find more of an authentic tortilla like this that's more restaurant style. But I go to the Mexican market to find them. I can't get them at Walmart or regular grocery stores around here. They're not like this. They ain't the same doughy quality to it, okay? But it's real important if you can get these to get them because it makes all the difference in the world in your chimichanga, okay? And another thing that you want to do when you're filling these up is sometimes you want to use some rice. It helps as a good filler so you don't have to use so much meat and the meat can go further and you can make more chimichangas for everybody else that's on your to feed list. So sometimes I throw in this Spanish rice across the bottom. Then I'll take the meat right there in the center. And right here I've got, this is my favorite cheese. I like to use the pepper jack. I'll put the pepper jack cheese in there. As you can see, I'm not scared to use it sparingly. And then we're going to roll that, but I need two hands to do it, so watch this. Okay, now the rolling is kind of particular because we want to keep the grease out of the inside of this when we fry it. So you want to have it completely enclosed. You don't start at the sides or anything like that. Just grab the back side, go over the top, and then you can kind of snug it up by pulling it back here. Secure your loose ends here. You're going to start a half tuck here and another one 2 and 3 times on each side. 1, 2, 3, and then roll. That's it. Now on the other side, all we do here is I take a toothpick. I don't know any other way to do it when they're this big. I stab it in there, come back out like I'm threading it, and that'll hold it. That'll secure it, and then we'll just throw that right in the fryer. Now here we go. This is my fryer. I've got an old school fryer right here. I don't know if you can see it, if it's clear enough. I've got it set at 375 for the frying, okay? It's already heated, ready to go. Now it's really important that it is absolutely heated. Just test it out with a small piece of tortilla and make sure that it's bubbling and sizzling up and it's ready to just go, okay? Most likely you already know that, but if you don't, if your temperature is not the right heat, you're not gonna get this crispy enough, fast enough, and it's gonna be soggy and it's gonna taste like it's full of oil, and that just sucks. So, we'll just drop that sucker right in there. And I'm going to throw the lid on there because I don't like my house to smell like this oil. But it also helps the heat condense in there and really crisp that thing up. This will only just take a couple minutes. Alright, it is ready. It only took a few minutes. Now I'm going to let that drip dry here. Right here, we're going to go ahead and plate it. And there you have it right there. Okay. We're going to go ahead and pull out the toothpick. Slides right out. Easy as pie. Of course, we're making chimichangas though, aren't we? Okay, so I like this green chili enchilada sauce, and we'll just pour that right down the top here. As much as you want, don't be scared. And then I'm gonna grab myself a big old spoonful of sour cream. And there you have it. Chimichanga right here in the poor man's gourmet kitchen.